tip. Here is a tip when taking the phlebotomy exam. I always say, don't matter what phlebotomy exam, you're going to come across this topic or questions upon it, okay? So listen up. You are going to have questions on non-blood specimens. So what are your non-blood specimens? That's your urine, your sputum, semen, and stool samples. There's so many questions that they can form with those topics, okay? Your urine, they're going to ask you about 24-hour urine collections, ACG, COC. This is your drug test, okay? They won't really ask you about the hair follicle or the swab of the mouth or things like that, but they will ask you about the COC, chain of custody. Now, whether you have the phlebotomy study guide or you have just your textbook, let's go based on your textbook. If you have a textbook, go back and read on chain of custody. I want you to read it, memorize it, write it in your notes, all of that good stuff. But here are some key points on what you need to know about chain of custody. Remember, it starts from the time the patient has given you their collection. We're saying urine, right? They have given you their urine sample. They have to sign off on it, and you have to sign off on it. This is a form of documentation that is tracking down this sample. That's how important it is. So let's say that somebody tries to tamper with the sample. They will track it down. It starts from you and that patient, and the person that's picking up the specimen and you. Then that person signs off and give it to the next person and give it to the next person. This is a form of documentation to track the specimen throughout the entire process until it gets to where it needs to be. This is chain of custody. Here's a question. Let's say that you are working in let's say Quest. You're working at Quest, and for some reason there's an emergency and they need you to move and go somewhere else. What would you do? And you are in charge of a chain of custody. You are doing a drug test at that very moment. The answer is to sign it over to someone else. Document everything. You cannot just leave, or you can't just seal it. It's not even completed yet, right? It has to be completed, and then you have to sign it over. But let's say that it's not completed, and like I said, you have to rush and go somewhere